What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back again with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against Andrew, a person I battle off my Discord server. So if you guys are interested in a Pokemon Sun and Moon battle and trade community chat room and a place to hang out and find Wi-Fi battles, feel free to check out my Discord. A link is in the description. Now, me and Andrew are having a rarely used battle today. What a shocker, I know. As my opponent's team's looking pretty standard. I feel like I've seen this team before, but I don't know where I've seen it, but yeah, anyway, I'm using a pretty fun RU team with the Ground EMZ Ninjask again because I really wanted to use it with Scarf Embor, Offensive Roserade, Stealth Rock, Basic Witch Donphan, Dual Hazard Cloyster, and Basic Witch Umbreon. So, pretty fun team, a little bit try-hard on my behalf this time around, but I honestly just wanted to use a team where Ninjask could actually do something because in my last battle, it got a kill, but it didn't do much outside of that. So here, he leads off with Cherish Ball Heracross. I don't know if that's actually like an event, or he just like misgendered it or something, but either way, I'm probably going to force him out of here because I am Scarf Embor, and I don't think my opponent wants to risk that. Though he could have been Scarf Heracross, but I don't know, man. I'm going to go for Flare Blitz turn 1. His in comes Tyrantrum. He does quad resist my Flare Blitz, and he still takes a pretty big chunk from it, considering that he quad resists my Flare Blitz, so that's some respectable damage there, but I can't stay in here because I am Choice Scarf, so I'm going to bring in my Donphan here, expecting the Head Smash or something. My opponent actually ends up doubling out and is going to bring in the Shaman, expecting my Donphan, so now I know my opponent likes to play a little bit aggressively, as I don't want to take a Seed Flare here, so I'm going to decide to switch into my Deadly Bloom, my Roserade. If he wants to predict that, I can just observe more of his playstyle, but he decides to go for the safe Seed Flare here, as Roserade should tank that relatively nicely because I do quad resist that, so don't get a Spit Death Trap, and we don't see Life Orb or anything, so he might be Choice Shaman, but I'm not too sure. Something tells me that he is Choice Shaman because I feel like I've seen this team before. I don't know where I've seen it, but like, damn man, I feel like I've seen it before. But then again, I see Bronze on like every battle, so that's probably why. But it switches into Hidden Power Fire. I mean, he was probably expecting Sludge Bomb, but I am a Technician Roserade offensive this time because my defensive Roserade set did not do anything. So I figured offensive Roserade is the way to go, and it definitely is the way to go because this thing's damage output is actually ridiculous in this tier. So I'm going to go for Hidden Power Fire. Espeon does not tank that as well as I thought it would. I thought it would be like under half, but I guess Life Orb, Technician, Hidden Power is just a lot stronger than normal Hidden Power is, so I kind of underestimated it. As Siri's actually going to bring in Heracross, expecting me to switch out. Very good play, as I just bring an Umbreon here to pivot into Psychic. It was fairly obvious, so this double switch was pretty obvious. And maybe I could have stayed and went for double HP Fire, but there was no way that was worth it at all. So don't want to stay in to tank the close combat, so I'm going to bring in my Donphan here, as he's going to go for the knockoff here, so my opponent's actually flexing on me. But it's okay, he's going to knock off my leftovers. And the burn, the freaking Guts Heracross, it's so damn hard, but I am max defense, max HP, so I should tank a close combat. I mean, in theory I should, and we're actually able to live it with 15 HP. Thankfully Donphan is actually pretty fat, and I'm able to lay out my Stealth Rocks, my nice try-hard move to make my opponent switch-ins negligible, because when you stack hazards on, you know, just in general, just the games feel so much easier to win. And it's definitely the case because a lot of people use entry hazards, and it's just, the game feels a lot easier when you have them up, because it is easier. Everything takes damage upon switching, which adds up very quickly, which is why entry hazards are broken in my opinion, and that's why running Stealth Rocks, at least Stealth Rocks in every battle, is nearly mandatory. But now I'm going to bring Clitoris here at my very maturely named Cloyster, as I am a dual hazard Cloyster set. My opponent probably thinks I'm Shell Smash because I do carry Shell Smash on the set, but I am going to go for a layer Spikes here. My opponent probably did not expect that, but I mean, like, who actually uses hazard stacking Cloyster besides me? That's right, nobody, unless you're like playing Gen 4 UU. In that case, then it might be different because that Cloyster was actually used for entry hazards back in the day, because that was before I got Shell Smash. But yeah, now he's going to bring an Espeon here, expecting me to go for Spikes again, which was pretty obvious, honestly. But I still walked into it, went for a layer Spikes. I just kind of forgot Espeon was a thing, because I figured, I don't know, it was in the back of my head, but I didn't really think about it that turn specifically. So he's able to get a layer Spikes up, a little bit frustrating, but I have a layer Spikes up in Stealth Rock, so I'm definitely over him in the entry hazard department. As now, I still have my Focus Sash intact, thanks because he didn't get his own Stealth Rocks up, so I'm able to go for that Shell Smash here. He's probably like, oh shit, dude, he's actually a Shell Smash Cloyster with entry hazards. That's so broken. It's actually not broken, but I figured it'd be a nice combination because Cloyster forces so many switch-ins, so instead of like wasting your Shell Smash, you can just label their Spikes and, you know, maintain offensive pressure that way. But yeah, Espeon's going to die to the +2 Icicle Sphere fairly easily, and I don't have to worry about Magic Bounce anymore. So now he's going to bring in Bronzong, and I wasn't sure if Bronzong can live this or not, but I have no reason not to go for Icicle Sphere at this point, because I literally have no reason not to. +2, and I can go for a Lair Spike, sure, but that's not really going to benefit me all that much, because, I mean, the rest of his stuff's pretty much floating in the air. And I do have Toxic Spikes as well as Spikes on the set, but all he has left, besides Bronzong, is a Heracross, which is Guts, and a Shaman with Natural Cure, so it's like, yeah, it's not really going to help me or benefit me that much if they have Toxic Spikes. But Icicle Sphere is actually able to knock out the Bronzong's income Shaman. He probably thought he'd outspeed me here because he's probably Choice Scar Shaman, but I am at +2 speed, so he definitely underestimated me. And yeah, he's going to get knocked out by Icicle Sphere. That was definitely a choke on my opponent's part, as he has an Escavalier, which can probably tank any one of my attacks regardless. Maybe not Rock Blast, but I don't even carry Rock Blast. I have mono Icicle Sphere, unfortunately. But it still does a lot of work regardless. You only need Icicle Sphere. It's like the only attack you need, really. Unless you're trying to get like a full-on sweep with Cloyster, but just doing damage, Shell Smash and Icicle Sphere is all you need, which is where the set originated from anyway. I'm like, does Cloyster really need Rock Blast and Razor Shell? I'm like, nah. I mean, it forces the switches anyway, so I may as well just run Spikes at least. And then, I give it Toxic Spikes too, because why not? So, Icicle Sphere is still going to chunk this Escavalier a lot. He probably thought he carried Razor Shell or Rock Blast, which is why I didn't switch in the Escavalier in the first place. But it's understandable, but I definitely think that Escavalier was the better play regardless if he knew I only had Icicle Sphere or not. Whatever, not too big of a deal. We're just going to bring on Gotta Go Fast here, my Ninjask, and I'm hoping that Ninjask can do a little bit of a late game cleanup here. Aerial Ace should be able to knock out the Escavalier because I'm max attack adamant, as we're able to knock out Escavalier thankfully. So Ninjask getting its first kill of the game, not too bad. As now, he's actually going to bring in his Tyrantrum, and I'm like, oh yes, please bring in Tyrantrum, because if you guys have watched my recent battle, you guys do know I carry the Ground Z move to cover these bulky rock types that love to switch into Ninjask. So, I'm going to go for the Ground Z move, and we're going to Earthbend again, go into that stance, and Ninjask is just going to glow in the Z aura, and of course, we're going to use Tectonic Rage, which I'm sure is what my opponent was feeling after he saw those words pop up on the screen. I mean, I would be a little bit tilted if a Ninjask was about to late game sweep me. But yeah, Tectonic Rage is going to throw the freaking Tyrantrum to the mantle. And yeah, down goes Tyrantrum. Unfortunate, but I mean, Ground DMZ Dig, man, it's the best coverage in the game. And we're going to get another speed boost, so nothing even has hopes about speeding me, which is why Ninjask actually works really well against my opponent's team. Because if you guys notice, he has Heracross, dies to Aerial Ace, Espeon, dies to Leech Life. Freaking Tyrantrum, after some chip damage, dies to Ground EMZ Dig. Here, I actually walked away from my DS thinking I clicked Aerial Ace and thought it was GG, so I'm like, alright, I'm just going to walk away for a minute, get a drink, and then I'm like, wait, I didn't actually click my move. So we're actually go for Leech Life, so my opponent knows the game is over, so he just goes for Sword Stance. And yeah, it was like pretty much a monkey turn right there for no reason at all. I just did that for absolutely no reason. It wasn't intentional though, that was like really weird. But now I'm going to go for the Dig. And just because I wanted to show him how I had the Ground Z move, just because I'm like, why not show you how I used the freaking Tectonic Rage. Yup, I have Dig as my Z move, which is pretty sad actually. But yeah, I'm hoping that Dig could just knock out Heracross just so I can flex on him some more. But Heracross ends up living because Ninjask Dig doesn't do damage, unfortunately. As Facade should be able to knock me out, as it's able to. He's at +2 attack. Down goes Ninjask, but Heracross will die to the burn. And we were actually able to win the battle with a 3-0 victory, if I recall correctly. So that was a pretty fun battle, Andrew. I had a lot of fun. And I hope you guys did enjoy this pretty short Wi-Fi battle. If you guys did enjoy the battle and really want to support my channel, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button, as it's the best way to support my YouTube channel and help it grow. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, the question of the day is going to be, who is your favorite entry hazard setter in Pokemon in general? Let me know in the comments. Now, my favorite entry hazard setter has got to be probably Bronzong, honestly. Bronzong's it's a consistent Stealth Rock setter, and definitely love Recycle Agua. I also really enjoy using Shuckle because Sticky Webs and Stealth Rocks is a very nice combination. And a guilty pleasure of mine is definitely Relicanth, because Relicanth Stealth Rock, I mean, it's not the best, and its typing isn't the greatest, but it definitely has the move pool and niche to pull it off in the right situation. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright, peace.